Go ahead. See if that's doing it.
Start again. Explosive new information about Time Warner Center Injustice vs. Period Twin Brothers. Hello world, once again. This is our second YouTube. Please refer to our initial YouTube titled Time Warner Center Injustice vs. Period Twin Brothers to help familiarize you with our horrific, tragic story. My name is Richard Timothy. This is my identical twin brother, Robert. It has been nearly 2 years since our original YouTube, and while we are still in a homeless shelter in Baldwin, Long Island, existing solely on modest Social Security checks, and we initiated the fabulous Time Warner Center. Time Warner Center, a fantastic, glorious, spectacular, mixed-use development project comprising over 2 million square feet, of which approximately 1 million square feet belongs to Time Warner and is located opposite Central Park in New York City. Completed for occupancy around 2004, Time Warner Center has become a financial bonanza to the city and state of New York. The customer that I referred to Newmark, Mr. Gilbert Federbush, was the key player in the Time Warner Center deal. Mr. Federbush was the former financial representative for the prince who later on became the king of Saudi Arabia, Abdulaziz. His group provided $400 million to help finance the construction of Time Warner Center. Furthermore, Circle Entertainment Group, CEG, an affiliate of Mr. Federbush's company, Vit Media International, became the studio component with the related companies in the completed 1998 deal. This is fact. Upon information and belief, CEG swapped this leasing arrangement for lucrative digital licensing and advertising agreements with Time Warner, which balloons my contract's value. This is the contract that made Time Warner Center. Show this. You'll see in the first paragraph, it shows that they will pay you a commission. The second paragraph shows that I'm a broker. And the third paragraph is very important because you'll see we agree that in the event a lease or other related real estate transaction occurs between my company, the company that I referred to, and Newmark, Newmark will pay me a 10% commission actually received by Newmark. That is what I'm referring to when they swap the leasing arrangements. This is my signature. This is the vice chairman's signature of Newmark on the contract. I have not been paid 1 penny by Newmark for these services. As we mentioned in our initial YouTube, Mark Dreyer was our first attorney. During January 1999, my attorney held a meeting with Elaine Kleinberg, Newmark's general counsel. My brother and I met with Attorney Dreyer afterwards to discuss the results of this meeting. We wore long coats because it was winter time. Attorney Dreyer jumped around his conference room like a jackrabbit. apparently thinking we might have tapes. I will testify under oath that Attorney Dreyer said the following to me. Attorney Elaine Kleinberg, then Newmark's general counsel, told him Newmark is in the Time Warner Center project because of the services of broker Richard Timoney. The problem is he wants to get paid now, and Newmark does not get paid until the buildings are completed for occupancy, which is around 2004. Mark then said maybe we can work out a promissory note. Later on, Attorney Dreyer denied this conversation took place, and look what happened to him. Former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani was an active participant in the Time Warner Center project. He held veto rights over the construction and selection process. Mr. Giuliani ignored my letters and my former attorney's letters to intervene and try to help us in this matter. Mr. Giuliani was a staunch proponent to have a studio space user as part of the project. My customer's affiliate, CEG, Circle Entertainment Group, became that studio component. As it turned out, with later developments that ensued, I actually gave them Time Warner. After leaving his office as mayor of New York City, Rudy Giuliani this is a news article, Daily News from Eric Herman. After leaving his office, Giuliani firm gets real estate gig. He was, he formed a strategic alliance with a real estate firm, C.B. Richard Ellis. They were hopeful that this alliance will boost C.B. Richard Ellis's presence in New York City. As part of the agreement, Mr. Giuliani's firm would accept referral fees and share real estate commissions with C.B. Richard Ellis by introducing customers to them. This procedure was approved by Barry Gosin, the CEO of Newmark, and calling it a powerful marketing alliance. This is the same type of agreement I made with Newmark. Recently, after a telephone conversation with Mr. David Paul, the general counsel of BGC Partners, the parent firm of Newmark, Mr. Paul said, quote, "You want us to cut you a settlement check out of court. We said that would be fine if the check is along the lines of a brokerage commission, which was the original intent of the contract. My customer's affiliate, CEG, Circle Entertainment Group, intended to lease approximately 500,000 square foot in the center. Mr. Paul said he would talk to Newmark's owner, Jeff Gural, and call us back. Mr. Gural told him that he would not do that since they lost in summary judgment. Apparently, Mr. Gural forgot that the original judge, Helen Freeman, personally told me on the telephone that she would recommend to the court that they vacate her original decision and erase the statute of limitations after she read our evidence that was not before her previously. Recently, Abu Dhabi Fund invested in the Time Warner building. There's a picture of it. Abu Dhabi Fund, whose major shareholder was the late King of Saudi Arabia, Abdulaziz, partnered with the developer of Time Warner Center, the Roletti Companies, and purchased the Time Warner building for $1.3 billion. Time Warner will then relocate their offices to the gigantic $22 billion plus mixed-use development project called Hudson Rail Yards. The same entities, Time Warner, the Roletti Companies, the MTA, and Newmark, that were involved in the Time Warner Center transaction are involved in the Hudson Rail Yard development. Ladies and gentlemen, might does not make right, but rather right makes might. We have documents to support our story, and remember, the truth shall set us free. Yes, we have the truth, and the truth shall get us paid properly and promptly. We can be reached at 516-943-0111. Thank you.
Cut.